Oh, Frankenstein, how I so wanted to like you. What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and here's my review of I, Frankenstein. Now, this movie was directed by Stuart Beattie, and it stars Aaron Eckhart and Bill Nye. Now, to go over the summary of the plot, I would say the first maybe 5 minutes pretty much goes over the Frankenstein novel, which I'm sure all of us eventually ended up reading at some point during school. And after Frankenstein's monster buries Frankenstein, he's immediately attacked by some demons who want to capture him alive for some purpose. But then he's immediately rescued and captured by a pair of, I want to say, stone gargoyles / angels, who then take them to their leader, who informs him that he is now part of some secret war between angels and demons for the protection of mankind. And they decide to name Frankenstein's monster Adam. But he decides he doesn't want any part of this. So what he does is he goes off into exile and pretty much takes out any demons which continue to hunt him. We then jump 200 years into the future to the present time, and Adam has really just been going around just killing more demons. But the angels don't like this, and so they capture him and say, you know, you can't be doing this, you can't be making these fights public, there's supposed to be a secret war. But after quickly escaping after a sort of siege attack on the angels' head base, he then discovers that the reason why the demons want him is so they can make a whole army of him, so that they can resurrect some of their buddies, so that they can take over the world. Now, what did I think of the film? I really want to like this movie. I mean, from the trailers, it didn't look like it was going to be any good, but heck, I'm one of those viewers, lovers of movies, who actually like to go into movies that don't look really great from the trailers and expect them to be good. But this movie was a mess. It was a mess from beginning to end. Now, I want to get out the good, because there were a couple of good things about this film. For one, Aaron Eckhart does the best he can with what he is given. But I can't imagine that he read the script from this and thought it could be good. There's definitely a lot of interesting ideas about wanting to redefine the character of Frankenstein, and he really pushes as hard as he can, but unfortunately, I'm not buying his portrayal of Frankenstein to be an action hero or someone who could actually drive a franchise, but he does try. I also did like how there really wasn't any shaky cam used during the action scenes. And there was one action scene in particular where Adam is using these pair of rods, which are pretty much his main weapon. And the way he's using them in his fighting style was very reminiscent to how I would actually expect someone like Nightwing to be fighting in a live-action film. So if you're a big fan of Nightwing, and if you do end up seeing this film, or at least see this one action scene, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I also thought that there was some of the CGI work with some of the gargoyles killing demons that I thought was also pretty neat, but for the CGI gargoyles, it was kind of hit and miss. Sometimes they looked good, and then sometimes they looked bad. Now, what is wrong with this film? The problem is that this entire film is filled with stupid people. It's highly inconsistent, and the movie really can't decide exactly what direction they want to go. The whole purpose of this film is that they want to use Frankenstein to create this army of Frankenstein so that they could resurrect more demons. But both sides, in terms of angels and demons and Frankenstein, are constantly doing stupid things that someone with a set of common sense would be able to solve these problems easily. Like, the whole thing revolves around this book, which has the instructions to how to make a Frankenstein book, but the angels decide to keep it. I'm like, if you know the demons want this book, why don't you destroy the book? And the whole movie's about, oh, we need this book. And it's like, oh no, we don't need the book, we need Frankenstein. Then we don't need Frankenstein, we need the book, and then the book's gone. It's like, okay, what was this whole thing about again? Or are we still going after Frankenstein? Is he the main target? Or are we going after this book? It can't decide. And the makeup for some of the demons was just downright laughable. I mean, it looked cheesy as hell. I mean, there's even the main bad guy played by Bill Nye, when he actually transforms to his demon form, it is just downright laughable. I mean, I've seen Power Ranger villains that looked more intimidating than him. It was just bad. And some of the dialogue from all the characters is just delivered terribly. I mean, they're supposed to take this situation seriously, but their actions kind of portray that they don't really give a damn at all. So it's a It's a simple matter of your actions are speaking better than your actual words and your performances, and that is never a good thing. It's just an entire movie of lost opportunities. There was a lot of potential. There were a lot of ideas that this movie had that really could have worked if it was executed properly. But it doesn't seem like the script or the director really knew how to take this story and tell it in a way to make it entertaining. And that's what this movie fails on so many levels. Which is why, unfortunately, I have to give I, Frankenstein a D+. If you want to go see this just to kind of understand how much potential there was to be found here, then I would wait to rent this when it's out on Redbox or when you can just download it over or stream it somehow. But I do not recommend that you see this in theaters, or if you do, make sure you're not the one that's paying. If you like this movie review, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to track my future movie and video game reviews. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.